Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss the 2023 horror film from Blumhouse, Five Nights at Freddy's. So I'm not familiar with the video game series that this is based on. I can only judge this based on the film I just saw. So it's pretty long, hour 50 something minutes. Um, the Jim Henson Company did the animatronics, the costumes, the puppetry for the Five Night characters. You have Freddy, you have Golden Freddy, Chica, Foxy, and Bonnie. So it's the five characters, four of which are in the main pavilion of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, whatever it's called. And then Golden Freddy just randomly appears. So I'm not sure where he lives, if he lives somewhere. So the characters, the animatronic characters in the games, from what I understand, because it's been out for over a decade, they come to life at night. It's at a children's birthday party place that's been abandoned and closed for various reasons, and they come up alive at night, and they start to attack the newest security guard in a murder spree. So that it's a matter of you have to survive 5 nights at Freddy's in order to win. But the question then is, how are these things alive? Why are they doing these things? Why did the restaurant close? Stuff. In this film, we get Josh Hutcherson's character of Mike Schmidt, who witnessed his brother get kidnapped, when they were at a campsite back in the day, Garrett. And Garrett has been missing, and nobody had any answers, nothing, for years. They then had a younger sister, Abby. And then after one of the parents passed away, the other one just disappeared. And so now the aunt wants to take custody of Abby, and Mike is trying to raise Abby because he's much older. There's a giant age gap between them. But then he's also trying to maintain employment. That way he can show responsibility to the courts. That way Abby's not taken from him, stuff. But he keeps losing jobs because of the temper that he has. That's the little backstory we get. Mike then is given this security job at Freddy's by Matt Lillard's character, who is runs an employment agency kind of a thing, and then stuff's revealed at the end. So then the premise is, first night at Freddy's, and there's stuff happening and things, right? So there's a lot of plot holes in this story, and it's unfortunate because the visual aesthetic of this, just the vibe of this, is gorgeous. It's was an abandoned thing in the 80s, and the owner has not sold it due to sentimental reasons, blah blah blah. And then we get some backstory in regards to who this person is who's in the yellow bunny suit and who kidnaps and murders all these kids along the way, and some of them have been, their bodies were placed inside the animatronics, and so therefore the cops never found them because of that. And the souls of the kids, the ghosts of the kids, are now the ones who are animating the robots who can walk freely because of lithium battery stuff. They explain it a little bit. But my problem with this, few problems with this, and I'm curious if we'll get some answers wrapped up in the sequel, is this Aunt Jane character is knocked unconscious, presumed dead by this Golden Freddy. And then scenes later, we have Mike and Abby just living normally in the house. Where did her body go? Is she alive? Questions. The thugs that she hires to sabotage the restaurant to make Mike lose his job disappear. Why was there no trying to contact them again after the fact? Because they've been missing for a few days. Weird. The police officer Vanessa is then revealed to be the daughter of Matt's character, who is the owner and proprietor and kidnapper, murderer of this whole plot line. But if she became a cop, why is he not still doing this? Why is he still, why was he allowed to continue to kidnap after he kidnapped and, disposed of Garrett's body, wherever that might be? Why was Mike not pushing the fact of, where is my brother? If you took my brother and he's no longer with us, where is my brother? So a lot of things just don't make sense in regards to information given to us, dialogue spoken, and what? Like, if you're doing all these things, why is this not ending? Why is Vanessa not putting her father behind bars, knowing that there's bodies of kids in these animatronics, knowing that her father has been on was the Freddy Krueger basically of this particular establishment, harming children. Why is this still happening? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So then Vanessa is eventually attacked by her father. She's now in a coma in the hospital. This is the last thing we see. Mike and Abby are living, and it's a matter of what happens next. But it's just strange having these ghost kids then give Abby these dreams and Mike having these dreams if they've never met. So how are they having all of this interaction in a dream sense if they've never met prior to the events of Mike then getting the job? Doesn't make sense. Abby's drawing all of these things prior to the events. How? Were the kids familiar with Garrett prior to the events of them then being demised and placed inside these animatronics? Why are the bodies still in there if Vanessa is aware of these things? There's so many things that did not make sense, and it's very unfortunate because I really loved the film from a visual and aesthetic point. Music was great. It was very creepy. It was a practical set. Like, they had an actual location for this restaurant that was abandoned then in the 80s, that was closed in the 80s. You had these actual people in actual costumes portraying these characters, minus Foxy. Foxy was just pure armature in regards to an animatronic. There was very little CGI in this. So it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I would love to see these actual props, these actual puppets, these actual costumes, wherever they might be displayed currently. So there's no connect. There's a big disconnect between visual, aesthetic, cinematography, work that went into this, the lighting, the set design, gorgeous. Everything from the art perspective is gorgeous. The writing was dumb. And I don't know about the video game story, so I cannot compare the film to the video game story. I can only make these conclusions based off of the information provided to us. The information provided to us had too many plot holes. So why? Why was that allowed? And second question, will this then be wrapped up in regards to questions, in regards to a second film, in regards to a third film? I know Matt Lillard signed a 3-picture deal, so there's going to be 3 Freddys because it did very well with in regards to audience. Not much merchandise for this, but what happened? Why was this made the way it was made? Why was the story so filled with holes? But the art aspect of it is gorgeous. So I'm torn because it was visually stunning, but the story was lacking. I did like that it was a timepiece too. April 6th, 2000 to April 11th, 2000. We see that on the little like TV monitor stuff. But we shall see. We'll see what happens next. I'm going to blast the theme song for Five Nights at Freddy's continuously, especially coming up to the spooky season because it's a wonderful theme song. Who knows? Who knows? Five Nights at Freddy's 2023 horror film. On to the next review. Mahalo.